Yo, what is going on, every single one of you guys? It is your boy, the KorayNation, aka KorayNation, and welcome into my first ever Pokemon Challenge video. We are going to be seeing if we can beat Pokemon Shield using the Alola region's fire starter, Litten. Litten was one of the many new Pokemon that were added from the release of Pokemon Home earlier this year to the Galar region, and I decided to choose him for this challenge because, unlike most people, I really did enjoy Pokemon Sun and Moon, and he was my favorite 7th gen starter. If we take a look at Litten's stats, his highest stat is his speed, and he can be used as both a physical or special attacker. As I mentioned, this is my first ever challenge video, but I did just recently finish a live stream series where I was seeing if I could beat Sword and Shield using only a Roggenrola. I had so much fun from it, and then wanted to see if I could beat this game using my boy Litten. In this challenge, there are 3 main rules that we must follow, all of which are pretty basic and not very complex at all. The first is that the only Pokemon that can be usable in battle must be Litten. The second is that we cannot use any items in battle, no potions of any kind, no status condition healers, no items at all are allowed during any battle aside from a held item given to the Litten. And the last of the 3 rules is that the use of TR and TMs are legal to use for Litten. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and find out if we can beat Pokemon Shield using only a Litten. Let's go, champ! Let's go! As we start off our journey, we begin by making our way to Wedgehurst, where we meet up with the region's champion, Leon. After Leon stops flexing on us with his Charizard, he allows us to begin the adventure by choosing a starter Pokemon. I chose Scorbunny, my favorite starter of the 3, and then we have our first battle against our rival Hop. It doesn't take us very long at all to defeat his Grookey with our Scorbunny. All I had to do was literally mash the A button. After our first battle, the game takes us to the Slumbering Wild, where we search for a lost Wooloo, but end up encountering the region's legendary Pokemon instead. Our character kinda gets obliterated, in which Leon comes to the rescue. After a talk with Leon and Hop, we make our way to the professor's laboratory and end up battling Hop for the 2nd time already. I mash the A button once again in order to win the battle, and after defeating him, we are able to make a trade for our Litten. Shout out to one of my closest friends, King Colpa, for trading me the Litten egg we used in this challenge video. He's a great content creator as well. Be sure to check him out if you haven't already done so. It doesn't take long in order for us to hatch the egg, and we get ourselves our Litten, aka Hinata from Haikyuu, the greatest fictional character to ever exist. We get introduced to the wild area, and I decided to do some raids in order to get some candies to level our level 1 Litten up. Shout out to the GOAT, Michael John, for helping me out with these raid battles. I used a few small experience candies, and next thing you know, Hinata's already level 13. Let's go! Continuing on, we make our way to Mudstoke and run into Team Yell. Hinata messes them up, and shortly after we face Hop for the 3rd time. His Grookey and Rookity is unable to compete with the GOAT, and we take him out once again. After going through the rest of Route 3, we end up in the Galar Mine and run into Mr. Tough Guy, Bead. I use Bite on his psychic types, and Mr. Tough Guy gets wiped out. Once we exit the Galar Mine, we make the Turffield, the city of the first gym, who is led by the Grass type master Milo. I wanted to make sure Hinata was at a decent level before the gym, considering we can't heal at any point, so I did a few trades with my man Johnmon, the GOAT, who traded me some more candy we could use to level up Hinata. Considering we are a fire type, Milo was luckily an easy breeze for us, and we were able to beat him in no time with our super effective attacking moves. We get our first badge of 8 and make our way out of Turffield and run into Hop once again, and for the 4th time, we were able to beat his team with no problem at all. Omega. Once we defeated Hop, we make our way to Hullaberry and we meet up with my wife Nessa. We enter her gym, and this is where things start to get a little bit difficult. Fire type Pokemon, water type gym, I don't like this. We enter the gym at level 28, and you know, I think I'm good, right? Well, our first attempt we get bodied just by the freaking Goldeen, literally. I do a little bit of training coming back at level 32, but we stand no chance against Nessa's Dreadnought. Level 32 was enough, so you know, it's grind time, hashtag never give up. We come back at level 35, and well, same thing happens. We get bodied once again. We come back once again, once again, grind time, hashtag grind time. Level 38, and the same thing happens. The Dreadnought is just too powerful to take out. Attempt after attempt, only to keep falling and falling against a super effective water type Pokemon. I decided to train up even more, coming back at level 42 on the 2nd gym, mind you, and we get bodied again, bro. We keep losing. This took forever. I started trying to think of some form of strategy, and I decided to make the executive decision of looking up where the leftovers are on Google and finding them. But even with the leftovers equipped, Nessa defeats us once again. The only thing we could do was just to get Hinata at a strong enough level to take down the Dreadnought. And finally, at level 47, we're able to beat the Dreadnought and get our 2nd gym badge. After a gruesome battle that took ages and really tested our willpower, to be honest, we make our way back to Mudstoke. We meet up with Marnie again and defeat her in a battle. Considering Hinata had to get to such a high level to beat that Dreadnought, we were easily able to beat all her Pokemon no problem. We hit our way to the fire-type gym leader Kabu and are able to defeat him no problem, thankfully. Once we obtain our 3rd gym badge, we get some encouragement from the leaders we defeated and make our way through the wild area in order to get to Hammerlock. In our first visit to Hammerlock, we learn a lot about the lore behind the Galar region, and meet up with the Hammerlock's gym leader, Whitehead. He is the 8th gym leader, however, so as far as now goes, we head west side of Hammerlock and continue on our journey until we reach a brand new city. Once again, we run into Hop and end up defeating him in another rival battle. Hinata is gaining more and more experience after every battle and is almost at level 50 at this point in the game already. Once our battle is finished, Opal runs into us, another future gym leader, and then we make our way straight to the 4th gym. So we're playing through Pokemon Shield and we're going to be taking on Alistair, who uses Ghost type Pokemon. After solving the puzzle, which by the way is actually super fun, we begin our battle. Bites being super effective on Alistair's Ghost type Pokemon helped to make this battle a lot easier, and we were able to take down the G-Max Gengar using only Max Darkness twice. We did run into Beat again and are able to take down this team of Psychic type Pokemon fairly easy using just Bite. After our battle, Sonia tells us more lore about the region we're in, and next thing we do is hit the Glimwood Tangle, home of the Glarland Ponyta. We breeze to the forest and make it to Balnlea in no time, another city with another gym. As we hit our way to the city stadium, we meet up with Marnie once again, and just like that, we are taking on another gym. Opal is a fairy type master, and being able to get a free stat boost just by giving the correct answers makes this gym a breeze for Hinata. At least that's what I was expecting before I got hit in the face with a critical ancient power by Togekiss. We go in for the second time, and are able to take down the Togekiss with Flamethrower, and the rest of Opal's team pretty easily. 5 badges down, only 3 more to go. Pog! We make our way back to Hammerlock, and on Route 7 run into Hop for the 22nd time. Hop Snorlax is actually not a joke, and definitely wasn't easy to take out. Our leftovers consistently healing Hinata helped out a lot whenever Snorlax did stockpile. We made our way to Route 8, and after beating some trainers, we arrive in Snowy Surchester. The Surchester gym consists of Ice-type Pokemon, luckily a type that we have an advantage against in most cases at least. After navigating through the gates of heaven, we were able to solve the tricky puzzle and begin our battle against Gym Leader Melanie. Hinata was able to one-shot all of her mons, but her ace, the G-Max Lapras, was a whole different scenario. Lapras, obviously being part water, turned this supposed easy gym for us into a harder one very quick. We end up getting one-shot by the Lapras, and once we try for the second time, never give up, give another attempt. The Lapras does the same exact thing and Max Geyser and takes us down. The only way to defeat the Lapras is to be able to eat up its Max Geyser, so on our 3rd attempt, I try a new strategy of doing Max Flares instead of Max Knuckles towards it. After doing the Max Flare, it turns to weather condition Sunny, weakening Lapras' water types attacks towards us. It becomes a very close battle going back and forth between Max Flare and Max Geyser, but thankfully, Hinata is able to endure the G-Max Lapras, and is able to take it down with a double kick once both mons are back to their normal form. We fight Hop again, we beat Hop again, and then we run into Team Yell and Marnie on Route 9. After defeating her, we hit into Spike, I do not know how to pronounce that, and we take on more Team Yell grunts. The battle with Piers ends up being pretty difficult, especially considering we can't Dynamax, and his Obstagoon takes us down very easily using Throat Chop. After some off-screen grinding, we take on Piers again, and with our new level 6 to 8 Litten, we were able to eat a Throat Chop and take down his Obstagoon and Skuntank. Only one more gym leader to face and we have all 8 badges. Let's go! We make our way back to Hammerlock and begin our challenge against Raihan. Since the game requires us to participate in double battles, I use another Litten given by the one and only John Munn, and we begin our battle against Raihan. I will say this other Litten that was given is definitely very over leveled compared to Hinata. However, if it really came down to it, I would have trained them both to level 100 if need be in order to see if we could win this challenge. The stronger Litten gets ganged up on from the Gigalith and Flygon. Breaking Swipe takes him out. It's all up to Hinata, who struggles against facing 2 different Pokemon at once. I decide to Dynamax before Raihan brings out his ace in order to survive the attacks given to me, and we take down the Sandaconda. Thankfully, his ace is a part Steel type, making our Fire type attacks super effective towards it. Max Flare one-shots him, and Hinata lives on just 5 HP. 5 HP, bro! After a Breaking Swipe from the Flygon. Surprisingly, in our first attempt, we were able to clutch it up and take down Raihan, getting our final gym badge needed. Let's go! After defeating Raihan, we embarked on our way to Winan, and after some training and a few attempts, we were able to defeat one required trainer who actually gave me a lot of difficulties because he had both a Gigalith and a Rhydon. Once we arrived in Rhydon, we made our way to the stadium and began our gym challenge to see who was truly the best of the best and is able to become Galar's next champion. Our first battle in the gym challenge is Marnie, and Hinata was able to take down her entire team pretty easily. Her G-Max Group Stall did almost take us down, but we eat up the hit and are able to take him down after Dynamaxing very quickly. Next up, we're against our biggest rival Hop for the 100th time, and we're able to show him who's going to be the next champion. His Snorlax does give some difficulties once again because of his bulk, but once we take him down, we're easily able to take down the rest of his team without any troubles. Once Hop is taken out, we hunt down the bad league member down and start our trial to stop Chairman Rose from taking over Galar. We take on plenty of league members, all of which have no chance against Hinata, especially when we team up alongside Hop, who helps us out when everything goes south. Now that we took down 43 league members inside the elevator, we began to confront Olena and have to take her down. Despite getting poisoned early on in the battle, our level 92 Litten is able to wreck house on her team, stopping her in her malicious intentions. Now, one thing that did happen very unfortunately during this challenge video is that the next footage of video ended up getting corrupted. I am very sorry for this, but luckily not too much was lost, nothing really crazy. The only thing that was gone was our final battle against Bede. Our battle with him was very similar to ours with Marnie and Hop. Hinata was easily able to bop him. It definitely does suck, but luckily, like I said, not too much happened in this. I didn't really lose any other footage, and I do know what caused it, and that's not going to happen again. I do apologize, but luckily, that was the only thing. It was just a Bede battle. After we beat Bede, we have a rematch against the gym leader that easily caused us the most difficulties in our adventure, Nessa. Things are different this time around with her team. She has some new Pokemon, she added some new ones, but the outcome is very similar to a lot of our attempts because the Dreadnought, who is now a Gmax by the way, takes us down. Our Litten is only level 90, and I know that if I'm going to be able to win this challenge, I got to go the full way and make it to level 100 eventually. Thanks to a ton of XL candies and some rare candies, I level Hinata 7 levels, bringing us to level 79 in our second battle with Nessa. But even then, we get defeated by Dreadnought's Max Rockfall. We take on Nessa for the third time, and thankfully this time we end up eating the Max Rockfall, due to us not taking as much damage from our other Pokemon previously. And we're able to take her down with only 2 Max Knuckles. Let's go! After Nessa is our rematch with Alistair. And just like our first run, Alistair is no problem at all. He lets us start rocking Bite on him, and it conquers Alistair's entire squad of ghost types. Next up after Alistair is our rematch with Raihan, but this time around it is a single battle thankfully. After a muddy water from Gudra, Hinata almost goes down. I decided to Dynamax, and thankfully after that we were able to one-shot both his Turtonator and his Duraludon. Chairman Rose then decides to unleash the darkest day, so we gotta do what's right and we gotta humble him. Chairman Rose's team of steel types are all weak against us, and Hinata is easily able to body this clown on the darkest day. We go through the Eternatus cutscenes and we're able to defeat him using Flare Bits in a one-on-one battle. Hop joins in to help us alongside the 2 legendaries that I kinda don't know how to pronounce, Zamazenta and Zacian I think. And together we defeat Eternatus and capture him, saving the entire world. Just like that, saving the entire world. It's now time for the final battle against Champion Leon. Hinata was able to pull through against every other opponent, and we have just one more battle to overcome for us to win this challenge. Can we do it? Let's go in and find out, boys. In our first battle with Leon, we're only level 98, not 100 yet. We take down his Aegislash fairly easily since we are super effective, but Earthquake from his Haxorus takes us down very fast. Not cool. We come back, this time level 100, and I use my first ever TM in this challenge. I teach Hinata Will-O-Wisp, so we cut the attack stat of his Haxorus in half if need be. Earthquake doesn't do too much once we're Dynamax, so we were able to take down the Haxorus, but then we got a whole new issue. The Inteleon. Probably should not have chosen Scorbunny looking back on it. Leon's got 4 star on deck, and his Inteleon is able to take us down with a snipe shot. After a few more attempts of getting destroyed, we get right back into it once again. I try burning the Haxorus, but we end up missing our 85% accurate move! Come on now! Leaving us to take a ton of damage and getting bodied because of it. Luckily, on our second attempt after that, we land the burn, and the next time, we Dynamax on the Haxorus in order to use the Max Knuckles to boost our attack stat. Max Knuckle takes down the burnt Haxorus, we outspeed his Inteleon, and we one-shot him with Max Knuckle as well. Leon then brings out his Dragapult, but we were able to take him down with a super effective Bite. Mr. Rhyme comes out, and he's no problem at all since we outspeed. One more final Pokemon left to win this challenge, and our attack stat has been boosted 3 times! Let's go! I ended up going for a Bite, but well, sadly, we're only able to do almost half. And to my shock, a G-Max Charizard pulls out a Max Rockfall on us. Bro, how am I supposed to beat that dog? Man's got a Max Rockfall. You're a Fire-type Pokemon. Why do you have a Rock-type attack? Come on now. The same move that bodied us for Nessa. You kidding me? This is what we're gonna do? Oh my god. I tried many different potential strategies to win, but no matter what, I have to face a G-Max Charizard that can one-shot us at any time. I only had one possible way of defeating Leon, and that was to get a critical hit strong enough to one-shot his ace, because no matter what, there's no way I'm going to be able to live a Max Rockfall from that thing. After failing over and over, I decided to search up Litten's moveset to see if I could teach him anything that could help us out here. Litten is able to learn the move Shadow Claw, which does more damage than Bite, which by the way, did almost halfway as we saw last time, and has a high critical hit ratio. I decided on the strategy of relying on good old RNG to defeat this thing. Only way, in my opinion. I give Hinata a Scope Lens to hold to increase our critical hit ratio. Actually, no, that's not in my opinion. That is the only way. That is the only way. We make it to the Charizard once again by doing the same strategy of burning the Haxorus and using Max Knuckles to increase our attack stat, and we outspeed the Charizard, landing the Shadow Claw. Sadly, we don't get the critical hit, but we take out half of his health, proving to us that if we can get a critical hit on this thing, we can beat him. After losing over and over, As time goes on, RNG finally blesses us, and we land the critical hit, only for it to not kill! No! No! Even with the critical hit, we're not able to take him down. Bro! Well, I started listening to some sad, hikey music because our strategy of scope lens, Shadow Claw, did not work. We were out of options. I'm never going to be able to stand a max rockfall for a moment. If I can't kill him with the critical hit, what do I do? What do I do? Well, thanks to a certain clown I was a voice call with while I was recording, I decided to try doing a strategy of using the choice band. The only flaw with this strategy is I am not able to use a Will-O-Wisp on Leon's Haxer, since I'll be locked into the attack I use on the Aegis-Slash. Once we take down his Aegis-Slash, I immediately Dynamax on his Haxers, and we're able to take him out with only 2 max Knuckles. After that, we're able to buy the rest of his 3 mounts, just like we did in the last attempt because we're able to outspeed. And we make it to the G-Max Charizard once again, and even with a choice band, we still are relying on the critical hit to take this thing out. And with our first choice band of Shadow Claw, we get it, and we one-shot the G-Max Charizard. The challenge was to see if we could beat Pokemon Sword and Shield using only Litten, and we were able to do it. Luckily, we were able to get that critical hit with our first attempt of using the choice band strategy, and we're able to one-shot the Charizard. For all you guys who watched this video, if you did like it, be sure to slap that like button down below. If you are new to the channel, be sure to slap the subscribe button as well. I do a ton of Pokemon content. I stream almost every single day. So if you like what you're seeing, like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I do plan on doing more Pokemon challenge videos. Even though this took a long time, I had a ton of fun with it. A ton of fun. I do plan on doing more. So if you did enjoy this challenge video, please go ahead and go to the comment section down below and post a comment of a future Pokemon that you want to see me potentially do a challenge on. It can be any Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, or Romac, or whatever, or Rom, doesn't matter to me. Post a comment if you want to see me do another challenge video if you got certain Pokemon in mind. With all that being said, if you guys made it this far in the video, I love you and I appreciate it so much. And we'll be back doing our challenge video. And we're going to win that challenge video just like how we won this one. Or at least we're going to try our best. We're going to try our best. Let's go. Yinata did it, bro. Yinata did it. Yo, I almost gave up. There was so many times I almost gave up, bro. The Max Rockfall hit ass. Who has Max Rockfall? I thought it was over, bro. I thought it was over. Never give up, dog. Never give up. Do not give up. If you're watching a video, do not give up.